Hey guys, welcome to this week's episode of the Video Game Expedition. Alright, so this week I decided to do a little bit of yard sailing, a little bit of store hunting, and flea marketing, all for this video. I didn't get to go to many yard sales on Saturday because I was going down to Six Flags. So basically my plan was I was going to take the back roads for half the way there. It's about 2 hours drives from my house to Six Flags. So I figured I'd take like an hour drive down the back roads so I could see yard sale signs on the way, and then hop on the highway when I got to this flea market that I found. So basically, got up early Saturday. I had a plan. I wanted to get to this flea market that I found about an hour away from my house, and basically it was the halfway point. So I'm like, all right, we'll do that. That way I get a little bit of yard sailing in, and a little bit of in my drive to Six Flags anyways. So, yeah, it was an okay day for yard sailing. I got a couple yard sales on film, not too many. Unfortunately, the first one that I went to that actually had tons of video games, I didn't have my phone on me. I left it in the car. It doesn't really matter because all the games they had I didn't want. Basically, it was a Boy Scout or Girl Scout yard sale, so they had a bunch of families there. They had this bin full of just Wii games. Just crap. Basically shovelware. About 50 Wii games, all shovelware. A couple Xbox games, but all sports. Hey, they have the right to sell them. I wish it was good games. I didn't even bother asking because I didn't want to get tempted into buying more shovelware games that I didn't really want. So, but it was a good sign for the day, I thought. I'm like, alright, well, first yard sale of the day. Lots of video games. Yeah, so let's see how that turned out. Alright, so this is one of the yard sales later on in the day. It was a pretty big yard sale, but there wasn't really a lot of games. It was mostly movies and stuff like that. He had a lot of things, so it was nice. It was like exciting first going up, but the minute I got up there, I was like, alright, not really seeing anything I want. Then I turned around, saw those movies, and that was about it. So I turned away, but I wanted to check out this little side auction he was having. Side yard sale, basically. It looked like a regular yard sale to a big yard sale. Couple board games, but nothing really to hit my fancy. Yeah, so that was the first yard sale I was able to have my camera for. It wasn't anything special, but hey, it's a numbers game. The more you get to it, the more you get out there. Yeah, so let's hit up the next one. Alright, so this guy had like the largest signs I've ever seen. Yard sale signs, big as poster boards, maybe even larger. As you can see right here, he did have a Wii and a Wii board. I thought this guy was going to be gold. He was selling this bookshelf to someone with glass pieces and everything. He's like, oh, make me an offer. And the guy's like, he's like, oh, have it $3. You want those glasses there too? $5 total with the shelves. I'm like, all right. This is looking promising. This is looking promising. So I was letting him talk, and I was being nice. I didn't want to interrupt. And then I waited and I waited, and I finally got the chance. And I'm like, hey, so how much is the Wii? He's like, $30. I'm like, oh. Okay. I almost laughed. I couldn't help myself. I don't know if you can tell in the footage, but the Wii was dirty. It looked like it's been sitting in an attic for 20, 30 years. Yeah, it was not a clean Wii at all. And when he said that, I almost laughed at him, told him, hey, have a good day. But I'm like, oh, I wasn't sure what happened. the other customer he was helping, cheap as possible. A nice metal shelf, glass pieces. I asked him how much the Wii, and it's like $30. Okay. No games, one controller, and grime all over the place. So, yeah, that wasn't too fun. It's like, all right, let's go to the next place. So, those 2 yard sales you've seen, the only really big ones that I found, I did find yard sales on the way, but nothing worth taking the camera out or putting the footage in. So my goal was hour drive, hit up this flea market. On the way to this flea market, 5 minutes from the flea market, I see one on the side of the road. I'm like, ah, sweet, flea market, right on the side of the road. That didn't show up on Google Maps when I searched, or Google at all. So I'm like, all right, no parking. I mean, no paid parking, so it was free to get in. I'm like, okay. And it was pretty large. The footage isn't going to show how big it is. I didn't get an aerial view of the place. But I walked it for about 20 minutes of footage, like just nonstop filming. I'm not going to show all 20 minutes. I cut it up from some of the tables that I saw. It's not the best footage because I was using my cell phone and kind of looking at the same time. If I had a cameraman, that'd be great, but I don't. So let's get into this footage. Alright, so this place, easily 40 tables, right on the side of a busy road. I'm like, alright, I'm not going to find too many things. Tons of different sellers had movies, DVDs, VHS, all types of things. It was a nice flea market. Like, it wasn't a nice looking flea market, but it was a nice flea market. It had tons of tables. Most things were cheap. Some guy was a little overpriced on VHS tapes, though. I asked him about a Disney movie. He's $1 for Cinderella 2. It's like, all right, you know, I was hoping a quarter. I know, I'm not cheap. And yeah, it had some great things. As you can see here, GameCube games, Xbox, but they're all sports titles. He did have them for $2 a piece, so it wasn't expensive. I mean, for $2, you're not going to complain too much, but I'm not going to just buy a sports title because it's $2. A lot of toys. It was a great yard sale. I mean, flea market overall. It had tons of things. I wish it was close to my house. It's about an hour drive. But if you're doing it on a yard sale day and you hit up those back roads, there was a lot of yard sales, just nothing that I could find for me. So I mean, it may be a good drive to be your final stop. And I mean, when I got to this yard sale, it, as you can see right here, bunch of DS games, they wanted $5 a piece. I probably could have talked them down, but it was just kids titles that I didn't need. The Indiana Jones one was the only one that I was kind of interested in. I do like playing those, and sometimes you find a random title that's good. But like I was saying, if I made that like my final destination on a yard sale, because on this one I got here at about 10 o'clock. Or about 9 o'clock. So I mean, I'm not sure what time they opened, but I still found some cool things to look at. As you can see right here, I found a Halo Wars limited edition. At first, I wasn't going to ask about it. Actually, at first I didn't ask about it. Because I was looking at everything they were selling, and I'm like, they're probably going to overcharge it. And I just wasn't in the mood to ask. So I went on to the next table, found another one with some video games. Just a bunch of random filler titles that I wasn't interested in. And I kept moving on. And that was about it, I figured. But before I left, I headed back to that lady, and I'm like, how much is the game? And she's like, $1. I thought she was going to say $5, $10, because she had a bunch of DVDs that were $1, and she had a bunch of games, but this one was like a thick game with a book inside, metal tin, and she wanted $1. I'm like, okay, I'll pay $1 for that. Now, I'll say, it wasn't in the best condition. I'll show it in the pickups video, how it looked, but I mean, for $1, still a cool case, still a game I didn't have, and it was a limited edition one, so I picked it up. Now, that was the end of my day. I went to the next flea market. Like I said, was 5 minutes away from this one that I discovered. I drove up to it. It was an indoor flea market in a building. I did read some reviews about it, and a lot of people say it was a lot of new stuff, like stores. What most indoor flea markets around me are like. It's mostly like people set up shop for new things and overprice everything. I got there. They said they're open from 8 to 4. There was one car in the parking lot with the doors open saying open. And I'm like, okay. I'm already later than I want to be because I've been stopping at all these places. I didn't even bother stopping. I just looked in. I drove up. I looked in through the door. I know I probably missed something. I get it. But there was one car there. I'm like, what kind of flea market has one car for a flea market? I'm like, oh, I'm not even going to waste my time. So, yeah, that ended my day. I went to Six Flags. Had fun. Great day there. It was harder than I thought it was going to be. Hit up all kinds of rides. It was good. So that ended that day. And then I went back out today, Monday, if you're watching this, to hit up my local Goodwills, because today's their second day of their sale for the week. So I know I should go on Sundays, but I work Sundays, so I kind of like just staying in. So yeah, let's hit up where we went to next. Oh, sorry. Forgot about that. So this was my last yard sale. I kept trying to get on the highway. To try to get to Six Flags. I kept seeing yard sale signs. I'm like, oh, okay, I hit this one last one. He had a lot of stuff. But at first I thought, well, he has everything, antiques, all this, probably overpriced. And then I walk over, and he has all these games right here. I was shocked. It wasn't anything I really wanted. There was a 007 game I kind of wanted, but I knew I owned it for the Xbox, so I just passed on it. He wanted $4 a game. It wasn't bad, but not for me, so I didn't really bother looking at it at all. But he had a lot of nice stuff. Candy machines, like the crank ones for the gumballs and everything. And I was like, wow, if I had some more money on me and a room in my car and wasn't planning on going to Six Flags, I probably would have picked up a couple. They were cool. So yeah, it was nice. So then we start Monday. So we're at my local Goodwill. Not my local Goodwill. This is one of the farthest ones for me that I drive to every once in a while. Only because they have a by the pound store. But we'll get into that after. So yeah, looking at their case where they like to hide their games. I still don't get why they keep like 10 games in the case, 20 games out on the shelves. As you'll see, these are the games in the case. Nothing too spectacular. Couple DS games, couple Game Boy Advance games, some PlayStation 3 and Xbox games. But you walk over to the other section, and right on their big table, they have tons of other video games. So, as we head to that way, you'll just see loads of movies, all of the tables, and then tons of games. I don't get why they want to keep some games out of the case and some games in the case. Who is it deterring? I don't know. They might as well just put them all on the floor so people can actually look at it. Because the biggest problem I don't like is having to keep asking, hey, can I see that one? Can I see that one? Can I see that one? So yeah, I think with the Goodwill, I'm just going to start grabbing all the games and then put them all in one section. So then I can show you all the games at once. Make it clear so you can see the titles. So this is what I've been finding. They had a lot of movies. Not a lot of games on sale this week. I like buying my games from Goodwill when they drop down to $1. I only buy them when they first put out if they're a game I really want, because they pretty much just slap $5 on everything. Like today I saw that I bought NBA 2K15 for the Xbox One. $1 on sale last week, but they wanted $5. But at GameStop they want $2 for the same game. So, and hey, as you can see, these are all the games I got all bundled up. So for the next person that walks in there, hey, now they know where all the games are. Alright, so that's the regular store. The Goodwill also has a by the pound connected to the same building, but you have to leave the store and walk over. I don't really find too many things there. The best thing I've ever found was a box of Sega Genesis. In the box, Sega Genesis games still in their boxes inside a big cardboard box. I flipped it over and they just all fell out, and I had to grab them up before anyone else could, because it's a madhouse there. I have to film it one day. It's crazy. But I was just walking in. I didn't really want to be in there. It had a weird smell today. I know Goodwills normally have a Goodwill smell. If you've been to Goodwills, you probably know what I'm talking about. But this one just reeked. But yeah, I was just randomly walking by, and this is what I found. It was just kind of hidden there. And I found this little Mario guy and this little base. I saw it from the distance. I saw this like orange thing with a yellow Super Mario Brothers, and I'm like, oh, what is that? And I start walking up, and there's Mario sitting right next to it. I didn't notice him at first because he looked kind of funny from the angle that I was looking down at him. And then I'm like, all right, put it together. I'll show it in the pickup video. Wicked cool. I ended up paying like 50 cents for it because it's by the pound. And my day wasn't done. I had one more thing I wanted to do, so I headed on to my next Goodwill. Mostly because the last one didn't give me anything for games. I always want to make sure I get a couple games, because it's dollar day. It's cheap. I hope I can find something. So I hit up usually 2 or 3 Goodwills on this day. This is the last one I filmed. So yeah, nice swords. I was happy. And I was happy to see them. I love swords. It's kind of my thing. I have a set just like it, but it was black. But look at the shelves. They look like they were going out of business. They had like no movies, no CDs, very little games. This little section right here of all their games. I didn't even have to put them in there together by themselves. They did it for me. But they had some ones on sale, and I had to pick up a few because, you know, they're video games. And that's about it. That was my take right there. I headed out after that. Alright guys, so 2 days of video game hunting. My pickups will have a little bit more. I don't know if I'm going to put my pickups at the end of this video. I might, or just create a separate video. But yeah, so 2 days of hunting, filmed, and a couple other days of finding some games. So check out my pickup videos. Let me know how you like this format. I think I like this better. But I think I'm going to start filming my game pickups. Not my game pickups. My retail hunting for Sunday, Monday, with my yard sale hunting on Saturday, and release this video on Saturday instead of doing it yard sale to store hunting and releasing it on Monday. Because I know I like watching the yard sale hunts Saturday because that's when they're happening. So I think that's how I'm going to do it. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the bell, subscribe, likes, and catch you on the next video. And check out my video game pickups to see the games that I did get from the videos that you saw, and the video games that I got throughout the week that I didn't get to film. Alright guys, have a good night.